What's going on, everybody? John Mosley here, Artistic Director for John Paul Mitchell Systems. I kind of handle everything kind of barbering, our men's world, right? So today, we got a little gift for you guys. First off, we want to thank you for joining us on our Paul Mitchell YouTube channel. And then now, let's get into some brushing up. You know, you sit in the shops, you see barbers always using their brushes and things like that, and you want to know where they get their skills from? So today, I'm bringing you somebody that's super skillful in everything men's, and we're going to talk to our boy Sin today. My dog Sin, he's super talented, national educator for JPMS, a shop owner, an educator, a father, he's everything. But more importantly, he's here today to help you brush up on your barbering skills. So Sin, take it away.
Hey John, thanks for the intro. Everybody, my name is Sen Meng and I have my guest here, Tom, today with me. Tom has really straight hair and really high density hair, and so what we're going to be doing is some nice clipper work on the sides, taking it down to a nice short taper. And then once we get to the top, what we're going to be doing is going through and adding a lot of texture through the top. And stay tuned because we have some new products for you guys. So in my first step, what I want to do is remove all the bulk off the side, so I'm going to be starting off with my number 2 guard. My number 2 guard is going to be my longest length, and as I work up to the top of the head, I want to make sure that I'm leaving enough weight on the sides here to where we have enough balance from top to bottom. As I'm working with this guard, I want to make sure I'm coming in with my toe of my clipper and rocking out of the heel of my clipper to maintain that balance as I work my way up in the haircut. So for my next step here, I want to blend out this weight line at the top of the head here. So what I'm going to do is use a clipper over comb technique. When I use clipper over comb technique, I'm going to use my clipper in the open position to where the moving blade and the still blade are further apart. I'm just going to work horizontally and create this balance from the bottom to top in the haircut. So for the taper, what I'm going to be doing is just keeping it in this temple area. So what I'll be doing is using my trimmer to establish my shortest length at the sideburn area. Establishing your shortest length depends on how high you want that taper to stand. So what I'm going to be doing is just keeping it right below the ear here. So now that I've established my shortest length, what I will be doing is working from the top down now. And so my step here is I'm going to be taking a 1.5 guard in the open position. From here, just working into that temple region. And as I work my way down, what I will do is close my clipper. After this step, what I will be switching down into is the next guard below that 1.5 guard, which will be the 1 guard. And since I'm working from top down, I will work in the open position first. From here, I will be leaving the clipper in the open position with that 1 guard on. After I get that step done, I will close the clipper. So as I'm working with each guard, I'm dropping that guard down lower and lower and lower and lower. My next step after the 1 guard, which will be right below it, is that half guard. So from that half guard, I will leave it in the open position first. After that step, I will close it down. And my last step now will be no guard. With no guard, I will come into the open position with the clipper. And my last step will be the clipper closed. So for the neck taper in the back now, I want to make sure that that taper actually sits below the occipital bone here. So what I will be doing again is just starting and establishing my shortest length with my trimmers. Now in this back panel, I'm going to switch it up and fade from the bottom up now. So I'll start with my clipper in the closed position. And as I work up in every step, what I'll do is probably go up about a finger's width with every single guard. From here, I'll leave that clipper in the open position. My next step is going to be my half guard. And I'll start in the closed position. Then I'll move it into the open position. And my last step will be my number 1 guard. Start with it closed. And once I reach the occipital bone, I'm going to come with my number 1 open. So for ease of the top, to make sure I'm consistent, what I'll do is create a Mohawk section from the back of the crown to the front hairline. The width of this section is going to be about a 1/2 inch in size. As I work from back to front, I'm going to be point cutting with my scissors to add texture into the haircut. Now that my guide is in the center, what I'll do now is just take vertical sections, working from the back all the way to the front. My elevation is going to be straight up towards the ceiling. As I work towards the front, what I'll do with the front hairline is over direct it backwards towards me to make sure I preserve a little bit of length in that front hairline so we have styling options. After I get done with one side, I'm going to continue on to the other side in the same manner. After I'm done with both sides, I'll comb through from side to side to make sure my haircut is balanced. Oh, good. So when I come down and blend out my beard, I'm just gonna work in the reverse manner as I did on top with the taper. So I'll start with my clipper in the open position with my one guard on, and I'm going to come right down to the bottom of the jawbone and establish my length there. Now as I work my way up, I'm going to go up and close my clipper. And from here, I'm just going to work with my clipper open and closed to blend that beard in. So now I'm going to finish up the detail work and line up the hairline and the facial hair with my trimmers. So now when I line up the facial hair, I want to make sure this top line mirrors the angle of his jawbone, and this back line is going to be nice straight up and down. On the bottom of the neckline, we have the options to cut it off with the jawbone or the neck fold here. I'm going to keep it as natural as possible and just cut it off right at the bottom of the neck fold. I just try to keep it as natural as possible, so I don't want to push the line in too much because I want a natural grow back. To clean up the mustache, what I'll do is just do a little bit of clip over comb with my trimmers. So for some detail work along the hairline and the facial hair, I'm just going to use some Maverick blade slip. I'm just going to pump this onto the back of my hand and apply a thin layer along the hairline where I'll be using my razor. So before the blow dry, I'm going to use our Maverick grooming spray as a foundation product to give me a little bit of grit and hold and add some texture in that blow dry. For the blow dry, I just want to make sure I'm blow drying everything down and forward, and then when I get to the front, I'm just going to blow dry this up and back. So when I'm using the grooming spray, the benefit of that, it's a lightweight hold product that I can just lightly mist into the hair. I don't want to overly saturate the hair. It's just going to allow me to help blow dry the hair a lot faster. And as I blow dry, it's just going to be a nice quick blow dry to give me that extra hold. Once I'm done with my blow dry, I'm just going to go through with my texturizing scissors now and just add a little bit more texture through the top before we add our finishing product. So I'm just going through the same sectioning and lightly dusting the ends with my texturizing scissors to again add texture and separation for that end result. So for my finishing product, what I'm gonna do is grab some of my new Mitch Calibrate thickening cream. What this is gonna do is help add a little bit of hold and texture through the top. So what I like to do is just really emulsify it into my hands and work this through from base to ends throughout the hair.
I told you guys we were not coming to play today. My man, Sin, laid it out all on the line for us and showed us how to use Maverick, showed us how to use a little Mitch. So Sin, how you feel about it?
I feel great. Thanks for the kind words, John. And I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. And don't forget to check out the rest of the Barber Brush Up series. Don't forget, comment, like, share, and then subscribe and turn on those notifications. And check us out next time.